although people were not happy with the gun legislation, they were more happy that they weren't being listened to by the legislature. They weren't being listened to by Senator Giron. So that was probably the straw that really broke the camel's back. And of course, you know, the Second Amendment with the guns was, again, kind of that flashpoint, if you will. And when I went to the Senate, the first bill that I introduced actually had to do with repealing the background checks, the extended universal background checks. And so I would foresee, being reelected, that would also be a bill that would be that I would reintroduce, because it was killed in committee last session. And so I think that still needs to be brought forward.
What's your view on gay marriage?
The voters did decide for 2 times that they were in opposition, and now it's before the courts. So it's going to be up to the courts to decide what's going to happen on this. And I mean, that's the bottom line. The voters had decided, the legislator passed something different, and now it's up to the courts to decide what is constitutional and what is not. And we'll just have to see what happens.
What's your view on it?
That is my view. It was the people decided and voted against it,
And that's your
or
view.
to keep the marriage as between a man and a woman. Okay, and that's what the voters decided. And so, again, for the legislature to come in and
Well,
do
but you want
something
to be
different.
clear with voters. Is that your view too? It's marriages between a man and a woman.
Yes.
I support gay marriage. I believe this is the one challenge people have. You can't say on one level you can't allow them to have their guns. You're going to put bigger restrictions on them for guns, and yet you're going to micromanage them somehow and how they live. So as you know, last year when I was in the General Assembly, I did not support the magazine ban. I stood up and said, look, this goes too far. People have individual rights. People should be making those decisions for themselves. And while we need to protect the greater community and people need to have the right to have a background check and be able to be protected in the community, I also feel the same principle applies. I mean, if you're for empowering people and allowing them to live the way they should be able to live, then why would you tell them who they could marry?